There are more Force FX lightsabers to be won. To enter, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe, turn notifications on, and tell me in the comments what your all-time favorite lightsaber is. Master Yoda was by far the most attuned Jedi to the Force during his era, and time as Grand Master of the Jedi Order. More than his own connection though, Yoda could feel, and was in some cases, a part of other Jedi's connection through the Force. Yoda was not only capable of using the Force from within himself, but when pushed, could also access and awaken it in others, which is a feat that few Jedi have ever been capable of, and no Jedi other than Yoda during his era. Yoda had such a true and potent connection through the Force that in some cases while meditating through the Force and when focusing on a particular Jedi, he could see through their very eyes and sense how they were feeling at the time. Yoda could literally see through the Jedi's eyes that surrounded him, as his connection was just that powerful. When Anakin Skywalker butchered the Tusken Raiders on Tatooine, Yoda was able to sense his pain and the fact that he had tuned into and used the dark side of the Force. Not even Obi-Wan Kenobi, who had trained Anakin from a boy, could sense the distress in the young Skywalker. However, because of the reach of Yoda, he could actually see and sense when Jedi were in danger, to the point where he almost seemed to be living in the same body of that Jedi. This may not seem like much, but it is an incredibly impressive Force feat on behalf of Yoda. Yoda surrendered himself to the current of the Force. Sometimes, when the current was swift and steadfast, he could see through the eyes of his fellow Jedi. Yoda was the only Jedi to ever use this gift to the truest magnitude and reach. Deep in his meditations, peering through the dark side, Master Yoda felt a sudden surge of anger and outrage beyond control. The Jedi Master's eyes popped open wide at the overwhelming strength of that rage, and then he heard a voice. A familiar voice. The voice cried, "No, Anakin, no, don't, no." It was Qui-Gon Jinn. Yoda knew it was Qui-Gon, but Qui-Gon was dead, had become one with the Force. One could not retain consciousness and sense of self in that state. One could not speak from beyond the grave, Yoda had thought. But Yoda had heard the ghostly call, and in his deep meditative state, his thoughts focused as precisely as they had ever been. The Jedi Master knew that he had not been mistaken. He wanted to focus on that, then, perhaps to try to follow that call back to the ghostly source, but he could not. Overwhelmed again by that surge of rage, pain, and more than this, power. Yoda made a noise and lurched forward, then came out of his trance as the door opened and Mace Windu rushed in. "What is it?" Mace asked. "Pain, suffering, death. I fear something terrible has happened. Young Skywalker is in pain, terrible pain." Yoda didn't tell Mace the rest of it, that somehow Anakin's rush of agony manifesting in the Force had tapped into the spirit of a dead Jedi Master, who was the Jedi Master that had discovered him. Too much was happening here. The disembodied voice hung profoundly in Yoda's thoughts, for if it was true, if he had heard what he was sure he had heard, Qui-Gon was back. But that was the rare Force ability that Yoda used, and how Yoda was so attuned to the Jedi around him that in some cases he could see through their very eyes. But leave your thoughts on this Force power in the comments down below, and did you know that Yoda was capable of this, and did you know that he used it in Attack of the Clones while sensing Anakin? Again, don't forget to enter the lightsaber giveaway. Thank you guys so much for watching, may the Force be with you, and have a great day.